I also believe it's important to provide post-placement adoption services to strengthen the ability of the therapist and the social workers serving children. State grants for a minimum of 1 year of family counseling for new adoptive families, and social work home visits at least 3 times per year for the first 3 years, I think could be important. Evaluate and modify parent training courses at state level for more efficacy. I think that we should identify the types of training courses we have and use focus groups and research studies to see how parents are performing after taking these courses and make adjustments as necessary. And finally, my conclusions. I think it's important for us to create more uniformity for adoption policy law and guidelines, particularly across the states. Right now, there's no specific way for child welfare to deliver or prepare children for adoption, and there's really no way for us to prepare parents for adoption. I think it's important that we research this topic area and find a uniform policy across boards to help with that sort of smooth transition. It's also important for us to close the gap between foster care and adoption. Some ideas I have for this that I've kind of learned about through my research in this topic area is early family assessment for reunification. So it's really important that we understand if the child is going to be placed back with their birth parent or if they're going to need permanent care. There needs to be a sort of uniform way in which we do that so that we can move to permanent care as quickly as possible. I also think it's important that we require written communication and timelines between the biological parent, foster parent, and social worker. This will help us to make a shorter period of time while the child's in limbo or in foster care so that we can understand, are they going to be placed with their biological parent or are they going to be placed up for adoption? And lastly, I think it's extremely important that foster and adoptive parents are required to participate in extensive training. This can facilitate positive growth and development for those parents, and it also can result in perhaps more permanent placing, also less dissolution or disruption in adoption if parents are coming into the situation with the knowledge they need and the services available. And my final page is my references. Thank you for taking the time to hear about adoption and listening to my presentation.